Hello guys, and welcome back where last left off. I put it to you, my audience, to decide whether I should be part of the Allies or go it alone. And I also let you decide whether I should be part of the Axis and the Comintern as well, because people was asking if I would let it happen. I was like, yeah, if you can give me a good enough argument why I should join Hitler or join Stalin, go ahead. And I've listened to them all. You know, some was just single word arguments, being Allies or Axis or Comintern. So, well, I've decided, after all that I am gonna go it alone for World War II with the possibility of joining the Comintern. Very slim possibility, because they're communist and I hate them. Or rejoin the Allies maybe in like 1940, 1941, if needed. And I'm going to address some complaints. They said join the Allies because I would be doomed at sea. Not necessarily, because Britain would still be fighting Germany, even if I'm not in their alliance, and they'll still be defending me in the way they'll probably defend me anyway. So they'll be patrolling, you know, around these seas, and if they see a German fleet, they'll probably go attack it. But just in case, I am making precautions. Some fail-safes, if you will. Because I have been busy. I have used up the last 200,000 men that I had and put them into new divisions. I am making a ton more divisions here of normal infantry and 6 more garrisons to guard the Atlantic coastline that is currently undefended. I could get the Portuguese to guard these ports, but I'm not, because I want every mobile troop that I can muster to be able to move. So all the points will be guarded by the garrisons. I've also got all the convoys and transports. I don't know what I haven't shown here, but I've also got the HQs. I know I didn't have those, even though I said I want to make some HQs and I never put them into the queue. So this is everything I'm making. Over 1 million men are going to be drafted. I don't know how many men I'm going to have by the end of this. We've easily made over 1 million. So that's a pretty decent army, right? 1 million? It's nowhere near like the levels of France, Germany, Britain, or Russia, or even Japan. But you know, I'm middling, I think. I've also been told I might as well start this off because we still got a few years to go before World War II kicks off. So, Britain, we leave the alliance. We leave Britain alone, and we start our own alliance. Don't know what we're calling it. The Iberian Pact, or something like that. Yeah, we'll go the Iberian Pact. So, the nations of Spain, Portugal, El Salvador, and of course Angola, who has turned to a market liberal for some reason, not a fascist, or even a national socialist like I want them. They're only partially autocratic. So, the colonies have gone their own way, but they're part of the Iberian League. I've gone with Iberian... What if I said Iberian League? That's another name. Its second name. The Iberian Pact is what I'm going for. Like the Warsaw Pact in Cold War East. Now, people have said to try and unite all of South America. Well, I would have loved to, but unfortunately, they're being guaranteed independence by the USA. And as much as I would like to get into war with the USA, not with World War II on my doorstep. I could fight the US, I might be able to win against the US, but that would leave this to just flourish. Without the US's intervention, and, you know, without my intervention, chances are Hitler will roll over Western Europe and then roll over Eastern Europe without anybody stopping them. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to declare war on Brazil, but there might be other ways around it. Also, I'm not going to declare war on Mexico. They don't have the guarantee of the US. There's on my anti-air. But yeah, they don't have the guarantee of the US. But I don't want to be in a land border with the US. If I do end up going to war with them at some point, I don't want them to just be able to march down Mexico. I want them to have to like transport their troops to the Panama Canal or have a bit of difficulty dropping off troops instead of just, you know, one march down the continent. So I'm going to leave Mexico alone. So otherwise my expansions are going to stop until World War II. Anyway, that is everything. And let's continue. Fast forward, we're getting pretty close to finishing all our stuff. We got our new planes in. If you have a look over here. And I'll transport you to here. Infrastructure completed at Gibraltar. New stuff. So, if I get rid of you, combine you two together. So I got my new air wing again. I'll have one in Tangier down here in Africa. So I've got one fleet of fighters, one fleet of bombers, and new fighters. So it's all coming together pretty well. And if I speed this up a little more, airbase built in Barcelona, that's good. In fact, I might move my bomber fleet down there now, instead of being in Portugal. And I can deploy one of my last planes. We're getting there. This one will go to Africa down here. The US have tried to do a smear campaign. Trench warfare doctrine has been adopted. Now we can defend the Empire line just that little bit more effectively. What else do I want? Just don't want that yet. We're still 2 years off. Although if I start this now, if I start mass assault now, I might be able to get... Oh no, it's not that. It's pre-planned defense. I want the armored formation because that'll let me make just units of tanks instead of having them being attachments. So I'll be able to do blitzkrieg with my own style, Spanish blitzkrieg. Yeah, it does take a while if you're going down the Allied defensive doctrine to get to Allied armored formations. But it's the way I've gone because I'm going to be more defensive than offensive, most likely. And over here I want... You know what? I'm going to try for the airborne. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to give it a try. Do I have anybody... I don't think I have anyone airborne, so... you will do fine. Because I do want to do aerial landings of Sardinia and Sicily. Maybe even like the parts of Italy, depending. We'll see. I don't know how well that'll work out. Maybe even in Greece I might be able to fly over. It depends how far I get, honestly. Spanish reserve has been upgraded. Oh, well that happened. Italy has annexed Abyssinia. Right. That war did not last long. And they might make the... I think they'll make like Italian East Africa. Or something like that. So that'll be fun. That'll be the Horn of Africa being thrust into conflict. Something's going on. Oh, there we go. Italian East Africa, like I said. That is a new state entirely. So yeah, the war in Africa will be just in these two parts. And I believe that is the last plane of ours. So I can deploy it in Madrid down here and send them down. I do think we'll be fine. Everybody seems to be naysaying about my chances without the Allies. Like, oh, you would get destroyed. You don't have the men to hold the line. I have the Empire line, the toughest fortresses in the world. No of the land fortresses have 10. 10 is the highest. They lose 99% of their attack when they attack here. If they have 100% attack, they only have 1 when engaging the Empire line. And it is always going to be garrisoned across the entire front, but everybody here is about 16,000 men strong on every piece of land. This may not be that much, but when they're attacking with 1%, hopefully, it won't be that much, and hopefully... A lot of hopefullys. It's not that hopeful, it'll be a fact soon. I'll just be able to reinforce the line where it's needed. Because you're forgetting that they won't be the only ones here most of the time. Unless I'm doing like this mass expansion outwards. There'll be the expeditionary forces guarding the places here. So I don't want any more naysaying about the goddamn Empire line. The Empire line will do fine, thank you. Anyway, I'm almost out of troops. I've only got 2,000 more troops. Using a lot in the anti-air. And I did put a lot into the infantry. I can disband them if I need to. And with war coming, I'll be able to do general mobilization. So it should be fine. Anyway, infrastructure. Hold on, folks. I'm just going to go get a drink. Okay. Let's continue forth in history. We get into 1947, only a few years before the war. The flotillas have been made. Let's get them deployed. 4 ships, that's more than double my current transport fleet. Right, so I'll be able to transport all the men I need down here now. If I do that. So I'll be able to transport to the colonies now, hopefully. Go to tech. Nothing's gonna come up anytime soon, I don't think. Coastal fortress have been made. Another flotilla, we can deploy that down here. Infrastructure. Yeah, it's all going well. All of us are coming together. And let me see. By the way, the militia will be made. Stop trying to assassinate my ministers, America! I hate you! Anti-air. All the anti-air has been made. More flotillas have been made. A lot of flotillas have been made. In fact, the entire fleet has been made. That is pretty good. Let's have all these come about. I think I might need to make some destroyers to guard these. I don't really have much of a fleet. I'm practically going to lose the naval battle the moment it breaks out. So I think I've got exactly 12, do I? Something like that. Anyway, yeah, I've got exactly 12. So, that is a large fleet of just transports. I might need to make some actual ships, so I'll leave it for now, because I could get some of the upgrades later. And plus I don't have the manpowers, so it's not really practical. There's quite a lot being made here, though. Infrastructure. That'll all be done soon. Hopefully. There's only a few more pieces there. No, I'm saying hopefully a lot. There is a lot of hopes, I have to admit. But yeah, that militia will be made much faster than any infantry, and I think I'm splitting them up. 4 going to Africa, 8 going to South America, and the other 2, if I have another 2, will be lying around in Europe as sort of an extra defense force. And there is the first of our new guards. You shall be in Barcelona. Guard it well. Next one will be here, then it'll slowly wrap around and finally make Fortress Spain that I talked about a while ago. And you shall make me something spectacular, something I really need. Like anti-air. Let's go with anti-air. I hope I don't get, like, massive amounts of air units popping down here. For Italy will be like that, by the way. They'll send over, like, tons of strategic bombers and stuff. So you can go there. And as we make more men, more production can be made towards making other men. So it's all working out. Look, we're only down to 600 now. I think it was at 700 at one point. Anti-air has been made. Do I have to run out of manpower to make the rest of the anti-air? Or have we actually made all the anti-air? No, we haven't made all the anti-air. But we have made some of it. Still got tons of militia coming through the line. Gotta get all our transports out. All our forts made. And we're in 1937 now. So close. We're getting there. 1 more year and I think Austria gets annexed. Yeah, God, it's all coming. Austria had armistice with Austrian National Socialist. Events are kicking off. Yeah, US trying to destroy my production as usual. Airbase in Barcelona. New airbase. New anti-air in Madrid. Just need to keep improving it. We gotta keep on top of everything. We're getting our transport planes, getting our hospitals made. Because I do need all of that. Improved hospitals, that's 1944, that's 1938. I need that, or I might need desert equipment, actually. Before any of that, I get anything else. If I'm going to be fighting in the deserts of North Africa, I'm going to need a bit more help there. I might be able to get someone better than that. I need someone with good supply and general equipment. So 5 in there is good. That's pretty good. It's got 2 of them. That's 6. That's pretty damn good. That's got all of them, but it's only 2. That's a 4. 4, 4, and 4. I think they've all been 4 so far. So I'll pick you. You can do it, because that the general supply and the mechanics are the most I need here. Yeah, desert equipment. We might be able to function a little bit better when fighting the Italians. Maybe we'll be able to fight the Italians a bit better than they do against us. Infrastructure made. Improvements to the New World Division if they're improved into our artillery. Improvements coming all around. Nearly actually done with all the upgrades. For now, that is. We'll be needing them pretty soon. Yet again. Decisions can end mobilization. I do not want to do that because I'll take all the men away, and in the end I think it'll actually cost us more men than give us. Got... what is this? Ah, first militia units. You can be down here. I'll be willing to transport you when you get the rest of your 4 divisions down to Tangier. Or actually Rabat here, or Rabat, and you can just be along Africa and guard it. Anyway, a transport plane has been made, and I will make... I do want heavy tanks. I do want heavy tanks, because heavy tanks are basically what the Tiger tank was. And we could use some of those. It's not... it's just heavy. It's pretty damn good, but it is expensive to make. So I'll be making those at some point. But for now, I think I'll continue down the basic light tanks. Because I will need light tanks. Well, not light tanks, but I'll need to get... to research those to get to the medium battle tanks, which is what I'll be using. Is that... ah... early warning station for the radar, that's good. So if I go on tech, I now want the next part of that industrialization. Winter equipment? I don't want winter equipment. I might want sturdy equipment, though, fighting in the mountains. Gonna be fighting in Italy, we're gonna be fighting in the mountains, so... we'll get that out of the way. Again, I want, sort of... this. Might as well get all our equipment done for these men. And that is the end of this part, folks. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and next time we continue to deploy our oncoming militia. And World War II is but a year closer. But a year... don't know what I was saying there. We're 2 years off. See you then.